All right, today I'm going to talk about what clients need from us has now changed. Many of you may have realized that, what was working before is not working anymore. And I've been hearing this a lot, not only just in our industry, but in a lot of industries. And so, one thing about this is that clients want more than services now. And I know, yes, they're coming to you for services, but they want an experience. And when I say that, you should be giving a consistent experience every time. So many times we get comfortable with our clients and then we, maybe kind of lax on some of the things as if they were our first time client. So you want to be consistent with your experiences with them and giving them the experience that they deserve. They want connection. So many times they want to feel seen and heard. They want to be able to trust you. They want to feel comfortable. They want you to be professional, and they want to feel emotionally safe. So clients can, when you guys think about this, clients can get services in a lot of places. They can go to, where I see clients part-time, they can get the same services probably 10 to 15 places in the same city. The experience is what makes them stay. And the experience is not only the service, but how you make them feel, the, comfort of it, and listening to them and letting them be heard. And of course, making them feel like they can trust you. Another point I want to talk about is that people are more overstimulated and overwhelmed. And the amount of everything thrown at us in one day is just unscalable, unimaginable. I listened to a statistic not too long ago, and it was like, honestly, what we receive thrown at us within an hour is what most people would receive, quite some time ago in a week. So there's a lot of noise, and clients want peace. They want simplicity. So in terms of simplicity, I feel like one thing's important is really just making your menu not super confusing. There is such a thing as decision fatigue. And if you're a business owner, my poor husband, I can't make a decision on dinner. And why is that? Because I have made 14,000 decisions before dinner comes in a single day, right? I'm sure you can relate to that. Well, everybody feels that way. There's so many decisions to be made. So stick with simplicity, and it will make your clients feel just a little more relaxed. They'll know what they want, what they need, and you can help guide them, of course. And they're wanting genuine connection. They don't want someone that isn't face value. Of course, you want to be professional, but a lot of times people can pick up on your energy and know if you're not being genuine. And along with that, they want that calm energy. So if you're feeling like you're giving off the vibes of being like stressed and just kind of bouncing off the wall, that's probably not what they're looking for when they come to you. The next point I want to talk about is education. Your education builds trust. So what do we do with educating our clients? So you're going to do really good consultations, and maybe you don't do like a really in-depth consultation every visit, but you want to make sure you are still doing a consultation when they come back. So if it's a hairstyle, are you still liking the hairstyle? What are you liking about it? What is a challenge? With your brows, even, like, are you still happy with how we're doing your brows? Are there any adjustments? Sometimes people want to like grow something in or grow their hair longer. Or they want to change colors or whatever that looks like. And of course, you want to guide your clients. You are the professional. Ultimately, it is their decision. And I do challenge you, though. I've had people be in my space that I was not comfortable with what they were requesting. Not that it was, anything that crazy, but just it was something that I thought would be a mistake on their part. And I just flat out declined. For instance, I would have someone who wants me to basically take their entire eyebrow off. Not really, but like pencil thin. And I'm like, no, I'm not comfortable with that. So ultimately it is their decision, of course, but you can guide them and you can advise them about, why this might not be a good option for them. I think hairstylists have a really good sense of this, because it's like they can visually see, like, okay, well, you have colics, so if you cut your hair short, those colics are going to get a little more unruly, or your face would look best with this style of hair, right? So just giving you an example, but you want to be sure that you're guiding your clients. You want to give them the proper expectations of the service, of the aftercare, of whatever that means. If you're talking about a spray tan, you need to be able to be dry, not sweaty, for how many ever time the processing time is. And then when you shower, some of that's going to come off, and don't panic. You still have a spray tan, right? So you also don't want to overwhelm them while doing this. So they don't need to know all the ins and outs in science that you do, but they do need just a overview of it. So that way they understand why or what to expect. And you want to feel confident when you're delivering this. Clients want professionals who educate them also without making them feel bad. This is not a place for us to shame them. It's just a place for us to help them understand. We can't expect them to understand without, us educating them. For example, if they are not as a service provider, they're not going to necessarily know that if they don't show up, we don't get paid, right? And so just educating your clients is helpful. And then beyond that, like if they're not showing up or canceling or coming late, then it becomes a different conversation once you have educated them. The last point I want to talk about is the industry is shifting towards sustainability. And so in my opinion, that looks like us having healthier schedules, healthier boundaries, more quality services over quantity. And what this is going to do, along with some other things that we'll work through, is prevent burnout and promote longevity. Unfortunately, in our career, the statistics are horrific of how long someone stays in our industry. So we want to do what we can to preserve ourselves, both mentally and physically, right? Because physically we are not machines, and mentally we take a lot from our clients, and we need to be able to ground ourselves, have space in our lives where we aren't just about work. I think our industry is slowly moving away from the hustle culture and towards sustainability. And moving away from hustle culture doesn't mean that you can't make a good living. So these are the kinds of conversations I love having, because I think continuing education should support not just our technical skills, but also our longevity in this industry and the skills around that are going to help us have a enjoyable and healthy career. So I invite you to follow us at BABE, Brilliance Advanced Beauty Education, either on Facebook, Brilliance Advanced Beauty Education, Instagram, Brilliance Advanced Beauty Ed. We would love to have you join the conversation and check us out and let us know how we can help support you better. We do have over 100 classes available that kind of go into all these different topics. So I hope you found this beneficial. I'd love if you sent me a DM and let me know what you would love more help on, and if you took away any, golden nuggets today.